And also, it's the case that the Afghan Solidarity Campaign, they have written that they believe that there are political motivations behind this rather than actually the protection imperatives, which should have been at the forefront of how those Afghans were dealt with. What are your views regarding that?
It's really hard to know what the motivations are, but I genuinely think that John Healey and Grant Shapps and Ben Wallace, cared about the Afghans and what happened to them.
Right.
I think that didn't necessarily translate into speed of action, however, because, especially at the beginning, I definitely feel that the schemes were expanded as a result of this legal process. We kind of forced the MOD's hand to do stuff because of the legal process. I don't think if they were left to their own devices that this would have necessarily happened.
Anecdotally, you talk to Afghans and they can't understand why someone else has been prioritised ahead of them. It seems to be a bit of a mismatch there. I mean, if you go, I think the MOD have just always been very slow to get these schemes up and running. And, it took a lot of campaigning to get Arab up and running. Operation Pitting was then a bit of a disaster from the point of view of Arab people, because I think most of the 15,000 people weren't Arab eligible. They were just people who, someone was doing a favour for somebody, or it was all very last minute and chaotic. And, people came who weren't necessarily the ones that you would have chosen if you'd sat down and had a proper look at it in the first place. And I think that's characterised the whole system. It's been quite hit and miss.